Rancor smash!
Ooh, bacon.
Greetings, my tasty morsels. It's Reverse BLT here. Welcome back to the channel. Today it is time for the first season finale of the Book of Boba Fett. Everything essentially has been leading up in the modern era to a confrontation with the Pikes. The previous two episodes were mostly Mandalorian episodes, which were very interesting, even though I have not yet finished the Mandalorian. I have finished season 1 though by this point. You know, the previous episode did start weaving its story back into what's currently going on with the Book of Boba Fett. We have a former associate of the Mandalorian who's being played by Timothy Olyphant, who may or may not have been killed by Cad Bane, whose name I could not remember during the previous episode, but I was very surprised to see him return anyway. It was a character from the Clone Wars cartoon that I never expected to see again, so that was interesting. And he gunned him down and the poor deputy. So he in fact did shoot both the sheriff and the deputy, but I expect Timothy Olyphant's character survived. He was only shot once. He was shot in the shoulder, which in movies is usually a survivable wound. Not always so much in the real world, but in movies almost always you're going to survive that. And also it was Timothy Olyphant, so I just don't think that they brought him into the show just to get rid of him that quickly. But stranger things have happened. Mandalorian is done with all of his business, so he's now free to help out Boba Fett with his war against the Pikes. I expect Timothy Olyphant's little city, regardless of whether he survived, to come to their aid now, because as the movies from the 90s often like to say on their posters, this time it's personal. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it, because there's not really a whole lot more to discuss other than that. Let's find out what Boba Fett and Fennec's plan is, whether they got enough muscle and soldiers to actually do anything, and whether the Pikes really are the end-all be-all of all of this, or if there's something bigger behind them.
I will make the streets safe again. All I ask in return is that you remind neutral. If the Pikes
apologies if things
approaches
look
you
a little
to betray
different
me,
again, like a
this
camera
will be
got moved a little bit,
acceptable.
so might have put things a little off kilter.
Abide.
We must prepare for war.
Who knew that the creeper from Jeepers Creepers was from the Star Wars galaxy?
It was
Oh yeah, I
inevitable.
forgot Sanctuary got blowed up.
Even if we win, there might not be anything left of this city.
Pyrrhic victory.
If you want to abandon Mos Espa and hide in your fortress, go ahead. We're staying. The people who live here need our protection.
Yeah, but the Syndicate is going to attack where you are. You guys being there will bring the Syndicate's fire down upon the people you want to protect.
We'll stay.
Used to live among a Tusken Raider tribe in the desert.
They no longer exist.
Are you sure?
Yes, we destroyed them ourselves.
Yeah, well, that answers that question.
Does Fett know that? He has no idea.
So when will this all be over?
That all depends on how much your two stomachs can bear.
Oh, Mayor
No more
McCheese, you have
explosives.
2 stomachs?
I didn't sign off on bombing Garza's sanctuary. I agreed to surgical strikes, not open warfare.
I think I have an idea how to draw Boba Fett out.
See what I mean about how, like, you know, they bring the conflict to themselves by where they choose to hunker down. If they had chosen the palace, yeah, it was a more obvious choice, but it also would have kept the fighting out of the city. Who's this coming in the next swing? Oh, this must be Luke bringing Grogu because he made the decision to become a
What's the
Mandalorian.
next wing doing here? Hide that. Get rid of that.
He thinks he's an enforcer from the New Republic.
Leave it over here. I filed for my New Republic certification seal just as you were landing. Quite a coincidence, if you ask me.
There's a Grogu flying that thing? Or did R2 bring him himself? Because after all, the astromech can, I'm pretty sure, pilot the ship from the port.
Did they teach you how to fly an X-Wing already? I know an astromech flew the ship.
Hey, R2.
Come here. Ah, Grogu? Whoa, that's a terrible name. Sorry about that, pal. No way am I calling you that. What do you have here, huh?
Oh, well,
Something
there we
shiny.
go.
Well, look at you all fancy. Oh, keep your dome on. I don't care how big of a rush you're in. Baby's gotta eat.
Grogu, your food choices are gross.
There you go.
I tell you what, he would have fun with hanging out with Klingons. Get some gawk.
Our forces are quietly patrolling the streets of the old city. The Pike Syndicate has not yet arrived in numbers, but the minute they do, we will see them before they see us. The truce you negotiated
sure?
with
I mean,
the
they
other
already know
families
where
of
you
Mos
are,
Espa
so-
will ensure that they will remain neutral and allow us to gain the upper hand by surprising the arriving soldiers.
Thanks for the exposition dump. And also, can these guys ever patrol anything in a quiet manner on those incredibly bright bikes that stand out everywhere they go?
Chrysanthemum is in Trandoshan territory, keeping tabs on the streets of the municipality in front of City Hall.
You put him in the territory of the people he hates the most? No way that could go wrong.
Lord Fett, there is someone here to see you.
I thought you said nobody could sneak up on us.
Cad Bane.
Let the spice move through Mos Espa, and all this can be avoided.
I will only negotiate with the head of the Pike Syndicate.
You mean the one that massacred your Tuscan family and blamed it on a speed bike gang?
I had a feeling he was going to tell him, but I just wasn't sure when or exactly why. But I figured he would tell him. What are you up to, Cad Bane? Just trying to put him off his game?
Boba,
I can take him.
we need to adjust. You'll have your moment.
It's good to see that he's still a little bit of a impulsive hothead sometimes. This is why you have
Tell your client
people back you up,
negotiations are terminated.
help you keep your head.
Going soft in your old age.
We all do.
One of my buddies pointed out that Boba Fett really isn't actually old, or at least he shouldn't be. There's a thing that's really easy to forget since we've been living with these movies for so long. But yeah, in universe, he should only be what?
That was
Late
an
30s?
impressive display of restraint. Exemplary stratagem. If I may be so bold as to
Maybe
offer
my age
additional
at the oldest.
counsel.
I wonder how much he would pay for the Twi'lek.
Understood. Many pardons. I should never have interjected.
Come in, boss.
Have the Pikes arrived?
Not yet, but something feels off.
People are actively running around in the street, and this you call this just something feeling off.
The locals are attacking.
I thought we had a treaty. So did I.
Why did you think that?
They laid a trap!
What? A bunch of criminals have double-crossed me?
Santo, come in.
I love how these guys are in a universe where everybody carries laser blaster rifles, and they decide to attack with scythes and knives. Does that thing not have like auto fire? I like what Jay and Adam on Preview call these guys. What is it? Pork chop and no, ham hock and pork rind. Not ham hock and pork rind.
It's a coordinated attack. We'll have
Obviously.
to gather our people.
There's no way to overcome their advantage. We need to take out command and control.
Too bad you didn't bring Slave 1. You could just go there in Slave 1 and level the fucking building. Today, on the season finale of Boba Fett, everybody dies.
How many are there?
I can't tell. At least a dozen.
You can't tell? What good is that eye, man?
Stay put.
What?
Don't move.
Wow, that was a pretty good stunt.
Get to the sanctuary.
Unnecessary acrobatics were unnecessary.
Thank you.
Manners. I like it.
I love how they keep kind of like filming the pikes in slight slow motion to make them more menacing. Times like this are when the Force would be so useful. Just pull them all out of their hiding positions all at once. Mush them.
Cad Bane with them.
Don't see him.
All three Gotras of Mos Espa turned on us.
Make sure you kill
was
them
the
after
smart
this if
move.
you survive.
It was. I can't abandon Mos Espa. These people are counting on me.
Okay, then. We'll both die in the name of honor.
You sure you want to stay?
This is
The way.
the way.
If I may offer an alternative, shall I continue?
Yeah, hear him out. Why not?
I'll continue. I'm fairly certain we would be granted passage off-world with, at worst, some theatrical, symbolic, groveling gestures and an exchange of funds.
No.
Very well. Give me your tablet.
I have no compunction whatsoever.
He's gonna write like something essentially like "Go fuck yourselves."
Which would save you from any potential bruising of ego. I wish to present to whomever spokesperson is empowered to deliberate an acceptable outcome in the eyes
His
of
way
the
to
vote of the
figure out
Council.
who's in charge.
Read it to
That's
me,
actually pretty
tailhead.
smart.
Oh, because of that. If you refuse these terms, the arid sands of Tatooine will once again flourish with flowered fields fertilized with the bodies of your dead.
Nice. Lure them all out into the open. Now you got a killing floor. I don't think I've ever actually seen those knee things used before. Those things are cool. The whistling sparrows or whatever. Jeez, guys, I think he's dead.
I'm sorry about the Marshal.
Gunned him down in cold blood.
Oh, so he did die. Wow.
You didn't have to come here.
Yes, we did.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Sorry, that's what I think every time I see that. I just can't help it. It's the colors. You know, if I were a mod in the Star Wars universe, I would incorporate the shield generators that the droidecas have.
You alright?
I'd be
Got pretty hairy
unstoppable.
back there.
Ah, so Chrysanthemum survived, huh? Came all this way just dragging bodies. Dude. Man, Wookiees are fucking crazy. How on earth did anybody enslave this species? Run, Chrysanthemum, run! No Wookiee left behind. Now you guys are all in one place,
Welcome
though.
back, Santo. I have to confess, I thought you were gone. I owe you a
Anyone
nice
has,
long
like,
soak in the
bombers or
back to
anything,
tank
they're done.
business is done.
They're falling back.
Yeah, probably getting prepared for a surgical strike. Mortars and shit are things in Star Wars, right? Oh. Well, there we go.
I wouldn't celebrate yet. We got problems.
Get out of there while the getting's good, guys. Man, someone in Star Wars has been shopping at the Cyberdyne Industries outlet mall. You see they have shields. Why are you wasting your time? Get the fuck out of there. Maybe Grogu will come to the rescue and use the Force on these fuckers. Get to see the thingy! Did it work though? That was smart. Good thing these things don't have infrared. Guys, at least go behind some buildings or something. Can you get inside the shield if you move slowly? Like Dune? Okay. Wow, even the Darksaber can't get in.
Our energy weapons can't get through, and our kinetic weapons have too much velocity.
Move slowly, then! If the kinetic weapons are too fast, walk through the shield, and then use your Darksaber to slice and dice these mofos. And guys, start using some buildings for cover, please. You guys went to the Prometheus school of running away from things. There we go. Okay, I guess it takes a little too long to get through that way. The spin was completely necessary, guys. It increased the power of his blaster bolts.
You, I got a surprise for you!
Turn around!
What?
Turn around!
Can't hear you! Turn around!
Dude, why do you even bother firing at it?
Faster!
Take out the pikes. Those are the ones you can hit right now.
Hold the line for replay. I'll head up
And
there
figure out how to get inside the shield.
What's that?
Hey, what are you doing here? Oh.
Aww.
Okay, little guy. I'm happy to see you too.
He learned to jump, and he was able to jump into his arms.
It's okay. Yeah. I missed you too, buddy. Stay hidden until the fight's over.
No, use the Force to crush some freaking droids.
You got the shirt.
Save your tender moments! We've got a Scorpion droid chasing us!
Yeah, maybe she knows some weaknesses they can use since
What
she's
is
a
he
mechanic.
doing here?
The Force works in mysterious ways.
Boba Fett went and got his rancor. Man, that thing's gotten big since we last saw it. Or was it already that big and I just couldn't tell? Boba, you better not get your pet rancor killed. I'm gonna be pissed if you do, buddy.
Don't move. Let me handle this.
Stop. Interesting. So Star Wars shields transfer kinetic energy to the shield generator. Mando, what are you waiting for? Freaking Darksaber that thing. Poor Rancor over here is getting killed. Yeah, Grogu walking out like a boss. The Force, let me show it to you. Like a grape, crush you I will. Man, he keeps getting injured in that part of his leg, doesn't he? I thought he was going to crush the whole thing. Rancor smash!
Do it.
That means that Boba Fett has trained his rancor to rip things apart if he says do it. But interesting little detail. One down, one to go.
Can't miss at this range.
Wait, when did she come with you? I could have swore she stayed behind. A little bit of a continuity glitch. Rancor smash! Now something else is about to happen. Okay. No! You don't hurt Rancor! He's our little buddy. No. Boba, he's killing your little buddy. You can't let this happen.
Keep them on their heels. They're on the run.
Be careful that you're not being lured into a backup position, though.
I am not a threat.
Nice
fucker. Head tails. Come on, get behind me, pretty face. Pelly got you covered.
I love how Pelly is like just like a female Captain Kirk, basically. She's every species curious. They just use the Wilhelm scream. Yeah, Bane, you better not kill that Rancor. Just shoot him, Boba. What the fuck are you waiting for? Tell you what, whoever did the CGI work on that Rancor did a good job.
You tried to go straight, but you've got your father's blood pumping through your veins. You're a killer. Look out for yourself. Anything else is weakness.
He's about to survive because someone else is going to shoot you. Oh, nice. I was wondering why he was carrying it. Just so that he could have this moment. Kill him.
I knew you were a killer.
Finally settled this one. By the way, everyone is a killer. The only difference is how much it takes for a person to get there. That's the only difference. But it is in you down to your very core. Why? Because you're an animal. And animals had to kill to survive, so it's just part of you. Boba, go calm your buddy. Guys, stop shooting that little buddy. Stop it.
You're scaring it. Put your blasters down.
Feel like we're about to get a little King Kong homage. Boba, little buddy needs you. Little buddy does not recognize you.
Don't worry, kid. Your old man's crafty. Ooh, spoke too soon.
Oh. Stop hurting little buddy.
Where'd you go, kid?
He's going to use the Force. I know you want to be with the Mandalorian, but this is also why you need to complete your training, Grogu. Force will make you able to do many, many things. Granted, he's gonna live to be like over 1,000 years old, barring any accidents or whatever. So he's got plenty of time. Good job. What's wrong with the Force? And he didn't pass out. And he's still a little tired, though.
I'm guessing there's not going to be a barbecue.
No. You guys are not allowed to eat little buddy.
You can't just cut and run. We lost soldiers too.
Level this building. Kill everyone. Finish the job. And I'm not a bloodthirsty man, but you gotta be pragmatic. Everybody in this room has to die now. There we go. I assume this is Fennec. Master assassin that she is. Wow. Wow, she made sure to save him for a bad death. Punishment. You're just shooting holes in your ceiling, buddy. How? Can you teleport? What the fuck? Does she have the Force? Well, that now gives him complete control over all of Mos Espa, at least. If he really wants to change life for everyone on Tatooine, though, he can't stop here. Unite the entire planet under your benevolent rule. Where's your helmet, Fennec?
Why does it have to be the right arm?
You should take a nice soak in the Bacta tank.
It's being used.
Get more. Surely you have
Unless
enough money to get
everyone
quite a few Bacta tanks at this
It's better
point.
than shooting.
Who the hell's calling me?
Are those my only two choices?
Where the hell's my phone?
Town it is.
Thank you.
Yeah, even rat catchers here.
Then you want to share?
A nice transition. Whose show will the Mandalorian take over next? Tune in next time.
All right. But this is the last time.
Wait, when you do a barrel roll? Oh, the Nas. Just fast forward, see if they did any post credit. They're actually saying Boba Fett in the song now. So, how many episodes of the Book of Boba Fett did you guys have to watch before you realized that his theme song is the Mandalorian theme song, just played differently? I mean, I'm kind of embarrassed to admit that I think I went about 4 episodes before I was like, wait a minute, these are the same notes. They're just, it's a different arrangement, but it's the same notes basically. They're the same song. And that's pretty cool, actually. I think, nod to the fact that this is a spin-off from The Mandalorian, and obviously the shared, heritage of the two characters. But yeah, that was actually a fun little finale. I didn't know just how satisfying it would be to see Boba Fett wrecking shop from the back of a rancor until I saw it. I'm glad that I got to experience such a thing. That was pretty cool. And this episode really did a good job of demonstrating the two people that Boba Fett is, if that makes sense. Like how he used to be this much more ruthless, cold-blooded killer who's developed into someone who, for various reasons, wants to be someone who could actually call himself noble. He kind of talked about Mandalorian's commitment to his creed, for instance, how he respects the fact that he adheres to it. And I think that kind of sort of was a way of doing a bit of a coda for what this series has been about. Is that he's a man who lived for a long time, really, when you think about it, without honor. And he wants to be someone who's honorable. And I think that's pretty cool. I really have no idea where the show's going to go next. I joked earlier, well, it wasn't really a joke. I was thinking tactically that if Boba Fett wants to bring a new era to Tatooine, he has to essentially conquer all of Tatooine. Because we know it's divided into all these little fiefdoms, basically, run by different warlords / crime lords. And, you know, especially if he's trying to elevate the livelihoods of the Sand People, he's going to have to conquer the planet. And so I'm guessing that's where the show's going to be going forward. It's not the story of a crime boss. It's the story of the first person to unify Tatooine under something other than a despotic rule. At least that's what I think. It really is kind of like a sort of like Lawrence of Arabia's story, which is why I made a joke about that in, I think, episode 2 of the show. But I think that is kind of part of the inspiration they're drawing here. You know, he is Taruk Makto. He's going to bring peace and justice to the indigenous peoples of Tatooine. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm here for it. I think that the series' biggest problem was not the story it chose to tell, but the way in which it organized that story. The framing. I think it should have just started with him leaving the Sarlacc, or being stuck in the Sarlacc pit, and moved linearly from there. However, I'm pretty sure that the reason that they did not do that was because of the fact that they had Ming-Na Wen in the cast. You have to remember that she is a much bigger star than Tamura Morrison, who plays Boba Fett. And so all of her story beats would take place in the present day of the storyline. You can't have a star as big as she is in a show like this and tell her you are not going to have anything to do in this series until, at the minimum, the halfway point. That's why I think they went with the flashback format. Even though the flashbacks didn't have any real direct narrative connection to the present day, they needed to have that format so that they could still tell Boba Fett's story without basically disrespecting the top bill. Well, I won't call her top billed. I'm sure they didn't give her top billing, but the top rate actor you have in your cast. And you can see that in a lot of shows. You know, if you're sitting there saying, why did they retool the narrative to put this particular character forward? Ask yourself what the relative levels of the actors in the cast are, in terms of clout, in terms of you know, where they are in their careers and everything. And a lot of times that will explain it for you. You know, if I had to critique thinking in terms of, like, you know, inter-universe thinking, it was very naive for any of these characters to believe that they would not be double-crossed by the other syndicate leaders. Gang leaders? I don't know what to call it. Families, that's probably what they're called. Family leaders. That just was obvious that they were going to double-cross them. You can't trust criminals to to not stab you in the back. It's just, you know, but that's my major nitpick for this episode. Well, I guess continuing forward from a couple episodes ago, just that was a bit myopic in my opinion. You know, it was great to see how they tied in everything with the Mandalorian. At first, it really did seem like he was just taking over the show, but it ended up like in this resolution, ended up being a really good way of tying the whole universe together. I kind of see this as them attempting kind of a mini version of something like the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you started with the Mandalorian and spin this off, but you bring him back to kind of start bringing it all together. So in light of that, I'm expecting that in the next season of The Mandalorian, Boba Fett will somehow similarly feature. I don't know if he's going to take over 2 or 3 episodes. I doubt that. But I expect him to feature very heavily in at least 1 or 2 episodes. Just don't know how much of the episode he'll actually absorb. But I think that's just where they're going in the future. Plus, any other characters that they're spinning off, they're just going to start having them be in each other's shows as ways of advancing an overall story. And maybe even at some point do a joint, like, not season of television, but like a special where maybe it's like 2 or 3 episodes where all of the different people from all the different Star Wars shows are all coming together for something. After all, there's a rumor, I guess it's probably not just a rumor anymore, it's pretty much confirmed, that Grand Admiral Thrawn is going to be brought in to the proceedings of Star Wars soon. That would be a good time to do it. Maybe even they'll do a movie that combines all the different series together in one big epic involving Grand Admiral Thrawn. There's a lot of cool places they can go with all of this. So that's why, you know, even though I joke about, oh, Mandalorian took over the show, I get where they're, what at least part of what they're going for there. And I do think it works in the big scope of things. It was just a bit jarring here, you know. It just made it seem a little too much like they weren't confident in Boba Fett to stand alone as his own character. I don't think that's what it was, though. I really just think they're setting up things for the future, and that's why they did it. But anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this season, what you guys thought of this finale. Were you as excited to see, you know, Boba Fett and Din Djarin fighting back to back, and to see Boba Fett ride into battle on a rancor as I was? Did that work for you? And what'd you think of all the other stuff, the politicking and everything? Also, I just thought about it. It's pretty cool that Major Domo is going to stick around. I actually liked his character, even with all the toadying and everything he did. I thought he was played very well. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for joining me for this reaction. I look forward to seeing you for the next one. As always, do me a favor. Promise me that you will do your best to stay safe and be well. And that's all for now. Take it easy, guys. Bye-bye.
It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up.